VT Calais 5 litre. It's a 98 model. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about the car?
I saw it for sale and I thought, well, yeah, basically I had all the bits laying around. I thought, why not make a car out of it rather than it get crushed and thrown in the bin, you know? So yeah, I had a spare gearbox for it, VT gearbox. I had a roller motor for this car, tail shaft diff, wiring harness, computer, the whole lot. So I thought, why not make a car and save it and, you know, have a project.
And here it is.
Yeah.
I have to say, it drives pretty good. I mean, I've got a VT Senator 195 and this thing does drive really, really good. It does feel a bit lighter than the Senator. It's funny because you wouldn't think it's much lighter, but to me it does feel a bit lighter. And I guess the seats, it's kind of more comfortable in a way because there's not as much bulk to the seats.
Yeah.
They're both comfortable cars, but getting in and out of this one is a bit easier.
The Coulson seats,
yeah,
they're nice, but
they're nice,
they're
yeah.
hard to get in and out of, yeah, for sure.
So it's quite practical.
Yeah.
Bit of a project,
Yeah.
bit of a challenge, and also saving one of these cars, these Australian cars, especially being a V8.
Yeah.
One day, hopefully this car will be around for a long time to come. You may have seen my brother on the channel before with a couple of his other cars. He's got a VNSS in Phoenix Red and also a VP Calais 5 litre. And today we're in the VT 5 litre. So there's a lot of 5 litres around us.
Sitting in the garage for years on end, and yeah, started up, no tappets, no nothing, like oil pressure straight away. So got really lucky because a lot of these 5 litres, if they're not serviced, they sludge up and pick up blocks, so then you have oil pressure issues. But yeah, it's been really good. I don't kill its life, I give it a bit here and there, but I look after it, I service it, and I've probably dailied it for over 2 years now without a drama. The car's been faultless, like it's never let me down. So yeah.
So basically a 27, 28-year-old car.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe the VT shape is that old.
They're old.
They came out in 97, August 97 or September 97, somewhere around there. And it's just hard to believe they're that old.
They are.
But time has passed.
30 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be on Club Rego soon.
Yeah. You don't see a lot on the road now. Imagine in another 10 or 15 years, they'll be really collectible, I think, by then.
I hope so. And I
don't
think
there'll be too many of them.
And this one might be one that survives now that it's got this far.
Who knows,
so unless something substantial happens to it, I think it will be around for many more years. Yeah. I mean, it's not a perfect car. Like, you know, you want to one day do a full respray on it, but it needs a respray. But body-wise, in the sense of rust, because some VTs do have rust. It's very, very good. You wouldn't have saved the body if it wouldn't have been worth it if the shell was no good. So that's quite important. Now to the outside of the VT Calais. This one is in Rubens mica, which was a VS colour carried over to the VT Series 1 only. It's a very rare colour. Some of the HSV models also use this colour. And my brother's added a few personal touches, such as the Series 2 grille inserts, which have got more of a chrome highlight. They also came standard with the fog lights, which carried on from the VS, and the lower parts of the body were in two-tone, the silver highlights that you can see there. The brothers also added some HSV brakes, and these wheels are from the VT GTS, which were also on other models as well. Under the blinker there, you've got a 50th anniversary badge. That's not original. Normally it's got a V8 badge, but as my brother was trying to gather some panels that were all the same color, he was lucky enough to score those, as well as the bonnet, rather than having to respray them. Even though the car's not perfect, having it all one color makes a massive difference. Built into the garnish was the word Holden, and it's pretty much the last time that Holden was actually in text on the back of their cars. The Calais cursive was a nod to previous old Holdens, and my brother's added the Series 2 spear, the little chrome bit on top of the number plate there. It has the clear blinkers instead of the orange that they used on the Executive and Berliner and the SS, and that was standardized for all Series 2s. My brother also has the drip molds from the Series 2, which have got more chrome. As mentioned before, the wheels are 18x8s, 5 spokes off the VT GTS. These ones are in champagne. Those wheels are also used on the VX Club Sport and also the CV8 Monaro when it was released in 2001. Take a look at the twin nostril style grille, which was a feature of Commodore since the VR. These ones, as mentioned, are the Series 2. Got the 50th anniversary badge there, and the original Series 1 oval repeater, which is in orange. They became clear for Series 2. The Calais badge. The two-tone treatment follows the same as the VS. Instead of being at the belt line, it's under the door level. And you've got the cursive Calais badge, which is the same one that's on the boot, so it's on both rear doors as well. The VT Calais is the last Australian powered Calais. Let's have a look under the hood. So the Australian V8 5-litre dated back to the HT of 1969, almost 30 years earlier, and it's the last Aussie designed and built V8. It had 179 kilowatts at 5,200 RPM, which was an increase over the 168 from the VS, but the power output for the VS was at 4,400 RPM. It was no powerhouse even in its day, but it's also quite a smooth V8. There's plenty of torque, and the sound is the best part of the car.
Great day for an engine transplant.
Support the channel, give the video a like, and make sure you hit subscribe. Inside you've got the full optional leather in tan, and I feel like it really matches the exterior colour, the Rubens mica. Brothers also replaced the hood lining, so it's pretty much brand new. The rear seat mat pockets are fully intact, which is good because they're always snapping on the VTs. Got the door trim insert with the suede on the bottom part of it, and the front seats. The Calais identification in the dash. Being a Calais of the late 90s, everything's electric, including the seats, which was an upgrade over the VS Calais. And you also still had a 10-stack CD player in the boot. In addition to that, you also had dual zone climate control and a double DIN radio cassette, as well as the stacker in the boot. And the trip computer got a few extra functions. VN to VS Calais had a 9-function trip computer, and VT Calais had a 12-function trip computer. In addition, the vanity mirrors were on both sides, and they were also illuminated. Another update was individual keys for different drivers. So if you press the key in your seat and your radio stations and your speed alert was on a different setting, as well as climate control, it would all change based on your key. We'll take another very quick look at this VT Calais before we get in and take it for a spin, and you can hear that iron line roar.
nice. I used to have a supercharged V6 VT Calais, and I love that. But
the VTs are a nice car. Like we have a lot of VN, VPs, VRs, and VSs.
Yeah.
But the VTs also. I remember when it came out, I thought, wow, that interior, the size of it, the rear of the car. It's all pretty special.
You almost bought one back in the early 2000s.
I did. I almost bought one, and I really, really wanted one, but then ended up buying a VR GTS, which I always wanted the stroker motor. Similar price, so 5-litre executive and a VR GTS at the time
back
were
then,
about the same.
Yeah.
And that one was clapped out too. It had K's. It was an ex-cop car.
Yeah.
But I liked it. But I didn't end up buying it.
It was only a few years old, that car.
It's only a few years old, but I thought, nah, better not.
It's my daily driver, so it was important to me not to just be, you know, something that was quickly slapped together. So I did put a bit of time into it for sure.
You've added a few personal touches, such as the steering wheel.
Yeah.
What's it off, a VYSS?
Yeah, VYSS. And I've put the Series 2 wood grain in it because this is a Series 1, they don't have that. Other than that, it's pretty original and a nice hood lining, because they all go.
The hood lining.
And that's about it, really. I'd say on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside. So it's pretty much very standard.
Yeah.
It's got the tan leather. And you had some of those pieces already.
Yeah, because I wrecked out a VT Calais for, probably touched on it on the on my grey VP Calais in that video, and I wrecked the VT Calais for the meter to do a conversion in my VP Calais 5-litre, which I did, but I had all the leftover bits off that VT Calais 5-litre, and they were laying around for years in the garage, so I thought, I didn't sell them off. I had the gearbox, the diff tail shaft, all the running gear, and I did have a spare motor, like I said earlier, so I thought, why not just do it?
And that
this
motor
came up cheap. I got the car for $150.
$150 buy. And the motor, how much that? Well, you got that cheap when you bought it too.
I bought the motor about 3 years previous to buying this car, and I got that cheap for $500. 5-litre injected, yeah, and I was out of a VT SS 5-litre with about 170,000 Ks, according to what the guy told me. So the motor's healthy. I did like all a gasket kit on it, water pump, all that stuff, brand new air conditioning compressor and all that, and yeah, got it.
Got it going. Let's take a look at some of the earlier photos. A lot of work was put into the car to give it its second life. Although it didn't cost much, there was a bit of effort involved. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.